Propagation types in the transactional transaction mechanism.
Required. This is the default propagation level. It checks if a transaction already exists. If not, it creates a new one. If a transaction already exists, the method's logic is applied within the existing transaction. Supports. Checks if a transaction exists and uses it if available. Otherwise, the method executes without a transaction. Mandatory. Looks for an existing transaction and uses it. If none exists, an exception is thrown. Requires _new. Always creates a new transaction. If there is already an open transaction, it is suspended for the duration of the new one. Not supported. Checks if a transaction exists, and if so, suspends it. The method then executes without a transaction. Never. Executes the method without a transaction. If a transaction exists, an exception is thrown. Nested. Checks if a transaction exists. If so, it creates a save point. If the business logic throws an exception, a rollback will revert to this save point.
Exceptions.
Exceptions. A mechanism in programming used to signal the occurrence of an error. There are two main types: checked and unchecked exceptions. Checked exceptions are those that must be handled, for example with a try-catch block, are declared by the method using throws. Examples include IO exception, SQL exception. Unchecked exceptions do not have to be explicitly handled. Examples include null pointer exception. There are also runtime exceptions. These are exceptions that can occur during program execution and are usually the result of logic errors in the code, such as class cast exception.
Heap versus stack.
The heap is the runtime data area from which memory for all class instances, objects, and arrays is allocated. It is shared among all threads in a Java application. The stack is used for storing method frames, local variables, and references to objects in the heap. Each thread has its own stack, and data stored there is only accessible within the scope of the method.